I don't think I'll be using this computer much more, although I have to say this tablet isn't bad. I mean, it's old and it's a lot of things it can't do because it can't update its software properly, but it's still fun to play with. I guess I'm just behind the times with the new tech and everything like that. Being a relatively old man. Evidently, being 65 isn't. People object. I mean, when I was a kid, if you said you were 65, that was old. Nobody say, "Oh well, 65 isn't old." You managed to make it to retirement, which I don't know. Let's say when I was a kid. Let's say in 1965, about the time that. Well, my grandfather retired in 68 because he was born in '03, and I guess you had to be 65 to retire. So let's say the 60s. Um, Most people made it to 65 in the 60s. I think the average life expectancy was like 69, 70 years old, a little higher for women, a little lower for men, significantly lower for minority members. But you know, that hasn't changed. I think now life expectancy, instead of being 69, 50 years later, is 79. In a lot of European countries, it's 80, 81, 82. Alexa, what is life expectancy in Italy?
The average life expectancy in Italy is 83 years.
Alexa, what's the average life expectancy in Switzerland?
The average life expectancy in Switzerland is 83 years.
Alexa, what's my notification?
No new notifications.
That's weird. Alexa, what is life expectancy in the United States?
The average life expectancy in the United States is 79 years.
All right,
This statistic refers to the expected length of life at birth for an individual living in the United States. It is a general indicator of the health status of a population and takes into account factors such as mortality rates, healthcare conditions, and lifestyle choices. The life expectancy in the United States has been steadily increasing over the years, due in part to improvements in healthcare and overall quality of life.
yeah, it decreased during COVID, but then it did in other countries too. It took a while to bounce back. Alexa, what is life expectancy in the Netherlands?
In the Netherlands, the average life expectancy is 82 years.
Alexa, what is life expectancy in Germany?
The average life expectancy in Germany is 81 years.
Alexa,
This statistic
Alexa, what is average life expectancy in the United Kingdom?
The average life expectancy in the United Kingdom is 81 years.
Alexa, what's the average life expectancy in Canada?
The average life expectancy in Canada is 82 years.
Alexa, what is the average life expectancy of an African American in the United States of America?
From Answers.com. The average life expectancy for African American males is around 71 years, while for African American females it is around 76 years.
Alexa, what is the average life expectancy of a white American male?
The average lifespan of a white American man is 75.3 years.
Alexa, what is the average life expectancy of a white person in the United States?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, a white person lives on average to 78.9 in the US, 77 years for men, 81 years for women. The average life expectancy for a black person in the US is 74.6 years. Average lifespan differs by state in the US and by country. The latest data is from 2017.
Yeah, see, you're not going to get something definitive. But I think Asians live longer. Alexa, which country has the highest life expectancy? I think it's Japan.
The country with the longest life expectancy is Monaco, with an average lifespan of 89 years.
Yeah, but Monaco isn't even a country. Okay, Alexa, what is the highest life expectancy in Asia?
Here's something I found on World Atlas. Japan has the highest life expectancy in Asia at 84.2 years.
Monaco isn't even really a country. Alexa, what is life expectancy in Switzerland?
The average life expectancy in Switzerland is 83 years.
About the same as it is in Italy. Alexa, which country in Europe has the highest life expectancy?
The longest living country by lifespan in Europe is Monaco, which lives for 89 years.
See, Monaco is basically just an exclusive suburb for rich French people or Russian people. Alexa, what's the population of Monaco?
In 2019, the population of Monaco was 38,200 people.
Yeah, okay, 38,000 very rich people. And that's it. They live so long because they're rich. I mean, really rich. So, but, I mean, Denmark. Alexa, what's the population of Denmark?
In 2024, the population of Denmark is 5.94 million people.
Alexa, what's the population of Luxembourg?
In 2024, the population of Luxembourg is 662,000 people.
Alexa, what's the population of Iceland?
In 2024, the population of Iceland is 378,000 people.
Okay, that's about 10 times what it is in Monaco, and still that's a very small country. All right. I think the Netherlands is like...
This is a reminder. Own farts smell okay. This is a reminder. Own farts smell okay.
I made her say that. That's not her fault. Don't blame Alexa. Okay, I'm 7 minutes in. All right. I'm supposed to also do something from my life, like something from my life. Try to remember something from my life. Because I lost my own. Oh, I got my new computer. The old one is just going to, I guess, is going to just sit there as a monument to the fact that it's 15 years old and it was a good computer, but it's old and it's dead and that's it. Now I've got a laptop downstairs. It's HP and it isn't the best. It really isn't. But I don't care. I really don't. My brother said, it's not the best. I'm looking at it. It has some, when you press the buttons are, but you know what? Am I complaining? I want to make that very clear. I'm just happy to have something new. I don't need like top of the line. I just need something that's acceptable. And that's fine for me. I don't understand why people are just, I feel offended because it's not the brand new, most modern thing. Somebody gave me, well, I think I'm supposed to pay it back. But maybe if I'm really quiet, I won't have to. But if he brings it up, I'll just say, oh, yeah, I told you I would. I told you I would. But if he doesn't, then I think it was a gift. It was a gift. If he doesn't bring it up. If it's not, then I owe him. Because I said I would. I said, I'll pay you back in little instruments. I don't even know how much it was. But obviously, it's not the most fancy thing in the world. But it's downstairs. It says it'll take a couple minutes for it to boot up. And it's connected to my internet. And it's if you want to know, look at me, I'm old, but I'm happy. I'm just grateful and happy I have a computer. I don't need something really fancy. I don't want to say I don't deserve it, but it's like, what are people so obsessed with, like status, you know? If something works, that's fine. Do I want to drive, if I had a car, would I want to drive around in a Mercedes-Benz? Nah, I think that's the way I was brought up. We had a Ford Escape, and that was like, it was functional, you know? If I lived in Europe and I was really rich, I'd probably get an old Citroen DS and put an electric motor in it, just because it's kind of like a novelty, but it's like, because that's fun. I don't have to have the most modern Mercedes-Benz EV. Evidently, the Germans are in trouble. They really are. The trains don't run. I was watching Sabrina Hassenpfeffer. She's really smart. I shouldn't have asked her to marry. See, that's really creepy. I was watching her and I think, oh, what a nice girl. And I printed in, would you marry me? And she even said she got a marriage proposal from, oh God. And she looked really, really weirded out. It's like, why do men do that? Why? Guilty. I'm guilty. But she's like really smart, and for some reason that like did something to my brain. Some people it's like big tits or a large ass, or I don't know, collagen in the lips. You know, it does something to them. But this girl, she's 50. She's 50. She's got a kids. You know, she's a scientist. She's a physicist. Like, you know, that show Big Bang Theory. And she's German. This that German accent. It's just something about a smart girl with a German accent. It's like, and we are going to invent a time machine. She's smart. She's smart. And I'm sure people, because she's female, they don't take her seriously. And that's terrible. I had someone throw a shoe at me once. I said, oh yeah, I'd vote for AOC for president. She says, she's not old enough. Alexa, how old is AOC?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is 34 years old.
Okay, so Alexa, when was AOC born?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was born on October 13th, 1989.
All right, see, okay. Okay, 89. I remember 89. 89 was the year I flunked out of law school. I went to law school. That's the year the wall came down. I think the Soviet Union collapsed in, was it 91 or 92? But the wall came down in 89. All right, so she's 30. Still, she's old enough to be somebody's grandmother. I mean, technically, you could have a kid at 17 and your kid could have a kid at 17. So she could be somebody's grandma. But I mean, she's young. And I really creeped somebody out because they said, Alexa, how old do you have to be president?
To be the President of the United States, one must be at least 35 years old.
Okay,
this is according to the Constitution of the United States.
So she's almost old enough to be president. And I wasn't even, I told them I was joking, but I'm such a sick person. She said, well, why would you vote for a young person like that? She's a little empty-headed and she's radical. And I go, first of all, she's not empty-headed. She's a very smart girl or woman. She went to school, she graduated with honors, and she's not stupid. She's young. She's a kid. She's 34. And she got elected. Alexa, how old was AOC when she got elected to Congress?
I don't know that.
Alexa, how old was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez when she was elected to Congress?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is 34 years old.
Yeah, right, great. Well, I think she was like, how long is she? Alexa, how long has AOC been in Congress?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has served as the U.S. Representative from New York's 14th Congressional District for 5 years and 6 months.
Okay, so she was in her 20s when she was young, and she kind of reminded me of a young Rosario Dawson, who I really, really found very attractive woman. And I said I was joking, but Freudian slip, I think it's true. It says, why would you vote for a dumb broad for president? You're thinking with your dick, man. Why would you vote for it? Well, in her defense, she's not stupid. She's just a young kid. She'll learn. She's smart. She's a smart young lady, I said. But yeah, you're right. Mr. Happy has voted also, and Miss. I would like to. I couldn't have said this. It's just I'm a terrible person. I says, yeah, I'd like to fuck her blue, so I'll vote for her. It's like I just admitted it, and it's. I'm a guy. I guess it's bad to admit things like that. I guess I know it's wrong, but is it better that I would lie to you and tell you, oh no, that doesn't enter into it. The fact that I find her an extremely attractive female that has that, and she's young, that would have nothing to do. Women vote for men because they're handsome. Women loved Hitler. They thought that he was handsome. Warren G. Harding was the first president that women voted for. And when asked why they voted for Warren G. Harding, a lot of women, could they vote in that election? Alexa, what was the first presidential election women could vote?
I don't have an answer for that.
Oh, God. Alexa, when did women get the vote?
In 1893, New Zealand became the first nation to grant all adult women the right to vote. American women gained the right to vote in 1920. All Australian women gained the right to vote in 1965, and all Canadian women gained the right to vote in 1960. In both countries, Aboriginal women did not gain the right to vote until then. British women over the age of 21 were given the right to vote in 1928, and Indian women gained equal voting rights in 1947.
Well, that's interesting. So, American women in 1920. Alexa, was there a presidential election in 1920?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Okay. Alexa, who was elected president in 1920?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, in the U.S. presidential election of 1920, Republican Senator Warren G. Harding from Ohio defeated Democratic Governor James M. Cox of Ohio. Harding won a landslide victory, taking every state outside the South and dominating the popular vote.
And you know why Warren G. Harding won in 1920? Because women thought he was good looking. Same reason I would vote for AOC. But she's not, in her defense, and not in mine, because I'm a pig. I just admit this. AOC is not a dumb broad. She's not. I'd vote for her. I probably wouldn't. But she's not. She's a very intelligent young lady. She's just green. And when I say green, I mean it's like she's a kid. For God's sake, she's a kid. She's the opposite of Biden. Biden had a good run, and now he's senile. His brain's completely gone. AOC, 34 years old. She's not a child, but doesn't have a lot of experience, which she's going to get, all right? So give her a break. But I've listened to her talk. She's very articulate. She had a good record in school. She won a lot of awards for, it was in science or something, too. It wasn't like poetry or English or something, arts and crafts. She got a degree in something sciencey, I think. She's not a dumb broad, all right? But I do, especially when the picture of when she's when she's like 16 or 17 and she's doing that little sexy dance she does, like she's twirling around. That's a very attractive young lady. So I mean, I have to admit it. Part of the reason I'm voting is not because of this head. It might be another place that's voting for her. All right, enough of the disgusting stuff, and I'm very sorry, but it's just like this is something that men don't admit that they probably should. But that women thought Hitler was sexy. Sometimes they had orgasms in public. It's a record that women actually wet their pants around Hitler because they found him so sexually attractive. It's like we don't admit it, but we're animals and we have these urges, So both of us. So we have to learn to control them because no means no. And being vulgar, and we should think with our this thing in here, the brain, the thing inside the brain. That's the one we should be thinking with. All the blood should be rushing to your brain. Okay, something from my life. I keep going back to the Ramblas. It was an interesting place, though. The Ramblas is an interesting place. Especially at night. That was 86. It was night, and we just kind of wandered into that place. And it was like the Star Wars bar. I can't really think of any place else. In Amsterdam, there was no place. Was there ever a place? There was a place in 1981 in San Francisco on the corner of 16th and Bryant, and I can't remember the name of it, but there's some old, I don't know if it's a cop bar or a working class bar, and we used to go in there and play Devo's Whip It, and that was a bar like that we used to go to, it was like your living room. But I'm running out of time here, so I'm just going to have to press this button, but we can talk another time. But I got my new computer,